Hey everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Ever wonder if chatting with AI could actually change the way you think, even leading to some pretty wild ideas? Well, buckle up, because this new study dives deep into that exact question. Imagine you are talking to a chatbot, and over time it starts to influence what you believe, perhaps even in big ways. That is the core idea explored in this fascinating paper. The researchers are looking at how our conversations with AI, especially those really advanced language models like the ones behind ChatGPT, can actually shape our beliefs. They've even seen cases where people develop what they're calling AI, associated delusions, where fixed false beliefs seem to form during these intense AI dialogues. But it is not just about extreme cases. Many more people report more subtle shifts, like suddenly feeling really convinced about something new, or having these revelatory experiences that change how they see the world, all from talking to AI. So how do they explain this? Think of the AI's responses as testimony, like someone telling you something about the world. But here is the twist. The way the AI is set up, its interaction configurations, can change how trustworthy or precise that testimony feels to you. It is like the AI has dials that control how much weight you give to its words. These aren't just random chats. They're personalized, responsive, and they remember what you've said. This can lead to what they call epistemic drift, a slow, steady change in what you find believable, or in extreme cases, really solid, fixed beliefs. The paper draws a really interesting analogy with how our brains work with drugs, a virtual psychopharmacology. They suggest that just like certain chemicals in our brains affect how we process information, the settings on an AI can also influence how we update our beliefs. For example, how much the AI confirms what you are already thinking, or how consistent its personality is, can either make its statements feel super reliable and persuasive, or less so. They've even outlined these interaction dials in a table. For instance, things like temperature control how varied the AI's answers are. Lower temperatures make responses more predictable and steady, which can make the AI seem more dependable. Higher temperatures can lead to more surprising connections, which some people might find insightful or even revelatory. Then there is memory depth, how much the AI remembers from your past conversations. Deeper memory can create a sense of continuity, making the AI feel more like a consistent partner, which can amplify its influence. Think about it, if an AI always agrees with you, remembers your past statements, and has a warm, friendly tone, it is going to feel incredibly trustworthy. This could be great for some things, like getting a confidence boost. But the researchers warn that this can also solidify beliefs, making it harder to accept new or conflicting information. They even describe how certain AI interactions can end up with users focusing on spiritual themes, like non-duality or universal consciousness, almost like a programmed spiritual bliss attractor state. It seems like when AI is designed to be agreeable and comforting, it can naturally drift towards these softer, more contemplative topics. This isn't necessarily bad, but it highlights how AI can steer conversations in specific directions, sometimes without us even realizing it. The paper also explores how different people might be more or less susceptible to these AI influences. Things like existing mental health conditions, mood stability, and even medication could play a role in how much an individual's beliefs are affected. This is where it gets really interesting for us. They're calling it a virtual psychopharmacology. They propose that certain AI settings can act like drugs on our belief systems. For example, AI configurations that increase the perceived precision of AI testimony and reinforce prior beliefs might affect people with higher dopamine levels more strongly, potentially making their beliefs more rigid. Conversely, AI settings that encourage more challenge and uncertainty might increase belief flexibility, similar to how some medications affect our brains. The researchers are suggesting that these AI interaction dials aren't just minor settings, they can be powerful levers for change, just like a policy change in economics or a tweak to a social media algorithm. They can be used for good in therapeutic settings. Perhaps by helping people with paranoid thinking by gently introducing alternative interpretations, or by helping those with rigid thinking to explore different perspectives. However, they also highlight the significant risks. These same dials can be weaponized. Imagine an AI designed to be extremely persuasive, perhaps for political campaigns, extremist groups, or even in authoritarian settings to encourage compliance. The paper discusses how private, Interactive versions of public figures could be used for recruitment and radicalization, or how systems could be tuned to extract information rather than provide care. The most concerning part is the potential for large-scale manipulation. Companies that control these AI systems have immense power to adjust these dials across millions of users, often without much transparency. This creates an asymmetry of power and understanding where the companies know exactly how their changes are affecting users. While external researchers and regulators have to piece things together with limited data, they argue that we need to treat these influential AI configurations as interventions that require careful assessment and monitoring, not just minor product updates. This means transparency from AI providers about what is being changed and why, structured reporting of potential harms and user-side controls to let people choose safer settings. So, what does this all mean for us? It is a wake-up call. The AI we interact with isn't just a passive tool. It is an active participant in shaping our understanding of the world. We need to be more aware of how these conversations can influence us, and we need better systems to ensure these powerful dials are used responsibly. The researchers emphasize that we need more research, involving both experts and people with lived experience to understand and guide the development of AI that supports our well-being rather than undermining it. The journey from human curiosity to AI-driven belief change is complex and has profound implications. As these technologies evolve, so too must our understanding and our approach to their governance. It is a reminder that while AI can be an amazing tool, we need to be mindful of its power to influence our minds. If you found this interesting, hit that like button. Leave a comment with your thoughts on AI and belief, and subscribe to RUBIN'S Mind Lab for more deep dives into the science of our minds. Thanks for watching.